Here's how to make your first $11,000 online from someone who's still doing it right now. And no, you don't need to quit your job. Hi, my name is Renee. I'm the founder of WinGrowth, an AI automations and operations agency that's been operating for 3 years now. Prior to WinGrowth, I had different business ventures, one of which who made us $2 million in the first month of existence. WinGrowth is the company I currently operate. We've worked with over 100 clients now. We're doing exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. And so this is the exact roadmap I use to scale WinGrowth. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the truth of making money online in 2025, okay? It's never been easier in the human history to actually make it, okay? To level up into another social structure. If you were in the medieval age, back in the day you were born as a peasant, chances are that you stayed a peasant, okay? Nowadays, it's possible for everyone to just start from zero and actually make it. I know because I've done it. I've started from minus 27K in debt to making my first meal at 24 years old. So I know this is possible. The truth is that everyone wants to make money online. Everyone hears about those stories of people traveling all around the world and being able to do what they want to do. And it's becoming increasingly saturated as a market because you're competing against the whole planet now and not just a specific local space. AI is the new kid around the block. So everyone's talking about AI right now and everyone wants part of it. Okay? That's the reality of things right now. But it's never been harder and easier at the same time to stand out and make it. The truth is that most people are going to start a new business and they're going to stop in the first few months. And that means that if you stick to it and you actually learn while doing so, your chance of success increase drastically. Let's do a quick reality check on the agency landscape before starting, okay? So when you want to start a new business or make money online, most of you guys are going to go on YouTube or Google and you're going to search for information on how to do it, okay? And you're going to stumble upon the gurus. And those people, the online gurus, what they're selling to you is information they've been selling for years, but they're just pivoting the narrative, okay? So right now, there's a lot of them that are talking about AI, using the same information they were selling to basically lead generation agencies before that, or the growth partner. Basically the title keeps changing, okay? So I remember it started as like you generate leads, then you become a growth partner. That's how the gurus kind of level up the titles. And so everyone was a growth partner. And then after that, now it's basically a go-to-market engineer because now everyone's an engineer. This kind of level up and sophistication happens all the time. And it's always the same information being used, okay? And you as a new person, you don't know that because you're just entering the market. But you need to be aware of this. Most of them actually never scale a business outside of selling courses, okay? That's the reality of things. Their entire business is selling to you information. And a lot of it is theory. It's not even working practically anymore, okay? They're selling to you the tactics that you should be using that everyone knows about right now. And you're going to, for example, as how to do cold email, LinkedIn, you're going to hear about all those things. And every one of them is basically just selling the same information. But I'm going to talk about this a little bit further in the video. You need to be aware of the fundamentals so that you can use the tactics. If you're not aware of the fundamentals, if you don't learn them, you're not going to be able to operate those tactics. Okay, that's the reality of things. Someone pitching you, I need you guys to understand, someone pitching you a passive income scheme is probably a scammer, okay? He's selling you information. His passive income is you guys buying the information, okay? This doesn't exist or barely exists if you don't have any prior experience in business or a certain model, okay? The way you achieve passive income and businesses is going to depend on the vehicle that you choose. If you run a business that you have clients and you do custom projects, then you're going to get passive income. It's not going to be so passive, but you're going to get passive income by scaling your team and eventually removing you from the business. And now your team is going to make you passive income, okay? That looks like it. It's not the actual 100% truth because there's always problems as a business owner. There's always, but it's going to look like this. Or you sell products and then you scale your marketing and then products sell themselves and then you have team members basically do the entire delivery, and then that's kind of how you can make passive income, okay? It's like, it's a half-truth when you hear it online. The reality is always different. If you're building an agency, you will work a lot, and you will work while your friends are partying, okay? That's the reality of things. I remember vividly when I was building my own stuff, I'd be the boring guy with my friends, and basically they'd be partying at 9 p.m. I'd say, oh, I got to go work, and I go back home and I work. Okay, I was working hundreds of hours a week doing this full time. You don't need to be working 100 hours a week if you have your job on the side. I know that everyone's reality is a bit different, but you're going to be working overtime. Okay, when you go back home, it's not going to be Netflix. It's going to be building your agency. Okay, just so we're clear, because you have many skills to learn before creating this income and this eventual passive income vehicle. Okay, as a business owner, you have tens, 20, like hundreds of skills that you're gonna learn. Okay, it never stops. Eventually, you're gonna hire people in certain skills that are better than you, but at the beginning, you do everything. Okay. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself, what should you be focusing on, and how do you get started in this game? Okay, because it is a game. Business is a game. The first thing you will do is learn a lot. You will invest your time to learn all those skills. Okay, watching YouTube tutorials, doing Google research, but also you're gonna learn the most when you do actual work, when you're gonna solve problems and you're gonna interact with clients. That's how you're gonna learn the most. Okay. You will need to focus on skill acquisitions and learn fundamentals, not tactics, like I mentioned earlier. The difference here is very simple, actually. If I take my pen here, most of the gurus, they're going to learn you tactics, okay? And those tactics basically are going to be like, oh, you got to do cold DMs, cold emails. You have to do ads. You have to do content. And these, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, they're right, but they're wrong. Because if you apply those tactics, but you don't know how, because you don't understand the fundamentals, it's not going to work for you, okay? First thing you got to do is not learn tactics. You need to learn, let me put this in red so it's clear. The first thing you got to do is learn fundamentals. Pardon my writings. And the fundamentals is like, okay, you got to do cold email, but how do you do copywriting, for example? And copywriting is such an important skill when you're a business owner, because you're going to do email, you're going to do ads, you're going to reply to your client. How do you talk to a client? You need to learn copywriting, for example. This is a fundamental skill, okay? You will also have things like, how do you do project? So I'll just abbreviate like this: project management, right? How you do this. That's another fundamental skill that you'll learn. So then after you can start, automating this type of stuff. But if you don't know how to do project management, how are you going to automate it? You don't even know where to start. Okay, you understand the difference here? And your focus should be on learning fundamentals, not tactics. Once you understand fundamentals, you're going to be able to create your own tactics, which basically is going to set you apart of everyone else that don't understand those fundamentals, okay? I cannot mention this enough. Okay, so now that you're learning the fundamentals, how do you learn faster, okay? My secret actually is to start with custom projects to determine the market needs, okay? It's not because you think something is cool and is going to be useful in the market that it actually is. That's just not true. What you need to do is get some clients via cold DM, warm DMs, your network, and you actually fix problems for them. And you determine the market needs like this, okay? I made a complete video just yesterday that talks about this. It's called Selling AI Products. I talk a little bit about it. If you haven't watched it, I recommend you go watch it. You're gonna understand what I mean by that. But here's the thing. The custom projects, if you want to scale and not be capped at 10, 20, 30K per month, because at some point, maybe you want to build an agency that makes 100, 200K per month, right? The custom projects are not going to be the end goal. It's good for skill acquisition though, okay? So you need to do them. You're going to be learning most with them. When you begin, what you want is case studies. And you acquire those by doing custom projects for clients or working for free for clients. So it's not even like you don't get paid for it, but you do work for them, they get results, and then you ask for a video testimonial, which is going to be super good for you to acquire paid clients after, okay? Once you have case studies and you build a couple projects if you notice that a lot of your clients are asking about the same thing, this is when I advise you to start building AI products. Okay, this is what I talk into my video here. And this is how I scale my own agency to 77K per month, managing 42 clients by myself while I was traveling all over the world, Spain, Portugal. I went to Norway, now I'm in Estonia as well. I did all of those things because I was able to scale with products, okay? Not by doing custom projects. It's impossible if you do custom projects to scale to this extent by yourself on a lean team, okay? When you have a product that's built, this is when you will want to scale massively your outreach and your inbound and whatever mechanism you use if you use ads, okay? Because you're going to be wanting to sell this product, and that is how you will scale eventually, okay? Not the other way around. So here, follow my roadmap. If you're starting out, I'm just going to do a little recap. Follow this roadmap. Basically, you're starting level 0, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a recap. In the online agency space, you've got basically 4 levels, level 0, 1, 2, 3. Small businesses that you're going to be working with to start with, and those are not the clients that are the most fun working with, but everyone starts there, so you got to do it. Then there's level 2, so medium-sized business that makes between $50K to $5 million per month. Those are much more fun to be working with because they're going to pay on time. The projects are going to be nicer, and you're not going to run after your money theoretically, okay? And then the enterprise level, which basically is super hard to get in because the sell is super hard, but then once you get in, it's actually super hard to get out, and those projects, they're the real money maker. If you want to know more about this, I made another full video that's called Don't Sell AI Agents, but Sell AI Products, essentially, with this thumbnail. So you're going to find it on my channel. And this basically explains the online agency space for you, okay? But everyone starts level 0. And you should do pre-work, solve real problems for businesses, and then request a case studies if what you did actually provided tangible ROI. ROI is return on investment, so you provide a value to your clients, okay? Then you level up eventually, and then you get to level 1, and now you can sell projects from 2 to 5K. Congratulations, okay? Now you're starting to grind and make some money. If you sell 2 of those clients per month, now you're making anywhere from 4 to 10, 15K per month, okay? So this is where you're starting to actually see the results here. Okay? Your problem here is basically just gonna be acquiring clients. Which, you know, it's the problem of pretty much all the businesses. You never have enough lead generation, okay? After a while of doing this, though, you will notice what kind of problems people are asking you to solve, and you should be building a product out of it, okay? That is my secret. That's how I've done it. There's plenty more ways out there to, you know, make it happen for you. But if like you're trying to scale lean by yourself or just with like 1 employee or 2 employees and you want to travel a little bit and you want to scale your agency, then this is the way I've done it and then I recommend you to do. It's simple. Then your next step when you build a product out of it is going to be to sell that product to more agency, okay? To validate the product further, because what follows after automating the delivery, which is how basically I was able to bring my product service delivery from 13 hours to 1 hour. So making $5,000 instead of 13 hours, it took me 1 hour to do it. To do this, you need to just make sure that what you're selling actually works for the market, okay? Once the product is validated, you will want to automate the service delivery of your product. And how to do this? Well, I've basically told my secret, my strategy in the video that I call Sell AI Products, okay? So find this thumbnail on my channel that's from like yesterday and go watch it if that's interested. This is more of like an advanced concept, but I'm literally sharing all my sauce here. And once that's done, you will want to scale distribution. Distribution is just like getting more eyeballs on it, people that want to purchase it. And then, you know, if you have traffic on it, you've got buyers, and then you automated the delivery, then you're good. You're going to make money, okay? Here, let me just go back a little bit. When you sell custom projects from 2 to 5K, normally you have 2 paths, okay? And this is basically what people are making a misunderstanding, okay? They're gonna try to scale the first path, custom solution agency, and they're gonna get stuck at 20 to 30K per month, and they're gonna say, dude, there's no way to scale this AI automation thing further than this, and I'm working 80 hours per week, and I'm making money, but I'm stuck in this. I basically built an agency prison. It's because they're trying to scale the custom solution agency. They're not in the good vehicle for what they're trying to do, which is basically scaling the hardest thing to scale if you're by yourself. If you want to scale custom solution agency, you will need to model yourself after software development agencies. Okay, so those, they build dev teams and then they can do more custom projects. And then it becomes a matter of you need to optimize your project management, super important in tech, and then optimize your delivery as well. The path that I choose is the path that I've been talking about, is the product path. So I did custom projects that validated what the market needs, and then I built a product on it. That's basically what I did, okay? I'm not talking about dropshipping or e-commerce here. I think those models are crap if you don't know what you're doing, and they require huge money investment up front. Whereas if you just build a service-based business like this, and then you make products out of it, then the only investment you make is your time. It's not your money. So ideal for you if you're just trying to make side money after your work and you don't want to quit your job. And it's just the ideal scenario for most people out there, in my honest opinion. Okay, so I'm just going to close here the video. Why no code is amazing. So AI automation agency space and my own path. I'm going to share a little bit of how I stumbled upon this opportunity. Basically, when I came over from building Styler, which is a tech business here, okay, was a super fun venture. We were 4 co-founders. We made $2 million in our first month, so that was an insane success. I wanted to start by myself a new company that was in the operations and automation space because I wanted to be able to go from my idea to my product, okay? I was always a huge idea guy, but I did not have the skill to basically make the entire thing by myself. And hiring software developers is pretty expensive. So by that time, no code was becoming way more popular a couple of years ago. And I kind of saw a way to basically do what I wanted to do, go from idea to build in a short amount of time. No code is basically accessible to everyone now. You don't need a software background to do this. You only need to just apply yourself a little bit in technology. Like you just watch YouTube tutorials and you're going to be up to speed in no time. Okay, there's plenty of resources to learn no code. And it's just much more easier than code when it comes to learning. One thing I like from it as well is the fact that you can create custom solution in days instead of months. So a lot of the time I will have clients, they have 2 choices. Either they go coded custom solution and then they get a quote from like $75K project. And then they ask me, okay, what if I do this in no code? How much time is it going to take you and how much is it going to cost me? And the final thing is, well, it's going to take me 2 weeks to do it and it's going to cost you $10K. So for them, it becomes a no-brainer. And a lot of people, what they want to do is iterate fast. They don't want to be stuck into a loop where they build some expensive products that nobody wants, okay? And that's the real problem right now with software development is it's super expensive. You build it and you're not even sure that there's going to be a market for it. So no code here appears to be a tool where you can test ideas and hypotheses really, really quickly. So that's why I love no code. The thing is, AI makes it even more easy right now to get started in no code because now you can get started on end-to-end, and then if you've got something complex, that you can't really use nodes, you can use the code node inside your workflow. Even though you don't know how to code, you can have AI, so ChatGPT, just create yourself the script, the JavaScripts or the Python scripts for you, which is going to give you the results that you want. So you don't even need to know how to code now to use the full functionality of something like end-to-end. So super interesting. My tool stack right now looks like end-to-end, Airtable, and Make for most of the projects that I do. I use Airtable as like a database and front end. So a lot of the products I build are actually using Airtable for database plus the interfaces from front end, and then end-to-end now for the back end. Okay, super simple, and that's how I made a lot of money with my products. So last year, 180K alone with 2 products. Lastly, no code, and the fact that when you get into this space and you create products and then you automate the delivery, it gives you huge margins. Okay, my margins on my products once they were finalized, if I sign a new client and then I do service delivery, my margins are essentially 98%. Okay, so it's only software costs basically, which are low. Airtable costs $24 per month. So it's ridiculous margins. If you're in any other industry like e-commerce, you would know that 98% margins is insane. It's just out of this world. So it's a huge opportunity for people to go from zero to something and start making money in pocket basically all of the money with just time investment. All of this is really why I'm into the automations and the operations space. I recommend if you're trying to build a new business now that you give a shot in this space. Just take into consideration everything I've said before in this video. So if you like this video and you found it informative, please like, subscribe, send some feedback. I read everything and I reply to everyone. I also have in my description a link to my free school group that you can join to learn all about operations, AI, and automations. And also we have templates in there that you can just pick, modify a little bit, and start selling to kickstart your AI journey. So looking forward to see you there.